Hey guys, today I'll be doing a tutorial with my Lorac Pro 3 palette. So since my skin is always dry, I've been using this Badescu rose water and it's been awesome. I just rub it in and it smells so good. So now I'm going to be priming my eyes, and I'm just using my concealer and applying it on my eyelids, and you can see I'm zooming in a little bit, and I'm just going to be blending it in with my ring finger until it's all pretty much blended in nicely. So I'm just going to be applying a little bit of translucent powder on top of my lid so I can have a nice smooth canvas. So using my first transition color, I'm going to be using the color Clay, and this color is closer to my skin tone, and what I'm going to do with this color, I'm going to start building up my crease. So this just creates kind of a shadow effect. Now anytime you want to do your crease or build up your crease, you always start with the lightest shade first, and then you gradually build up to the darker shade. And for those who have a hard time finding the crease, a trick is to look down in a mirror and gradually start looking up, and then you start seeing your natural form of your crease. Now using my second color, Terracotta, I'm going to be laying this right over that first color, Clay. And same goes for Cool Taupe. I'm just going to lay that right over the terracotta color as well. Now the only thing is with this color, I decided to mostly focus it at the end because I want to start warming up the outer part of my crease. So using a double-sided brush, I'm going to be picking up the color dark brown, and I'm going to start using the pointed end part first and applying that right in my crease. And then with the fluffy side, I'm going to start blending out that brown color as well. And I'm just going to do this on both sides of the eyes, and I'm just going to kind of do it until I kind of like the darkness that I achieve with just the brown, because we're going to be adding black next. So using the color black, I'm going to be using the pointed part of the brush, and I'm going to make a V shape. Now this just helps me make sure I don't overextend this dark color, because I don't want it to pass my crease, because then it just becomes like a big blob. So this just helps me. And I'm going to be using brush the fluffy part, and it has no color, and I'm just going to just feather that out because I don't want so much darkness on my lid. So I really want to focus it just at the outer part of my eye. And I'm just going to build up the color, as you can see, and I'm just going to feather it out and build and feather it out. So using the color Canvas, I'm going to be applying this in the clean part of my eyelid, and I'm just using a firm eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to be patting on the color. Now I do tend to overextend my color, and as you can see, it's blending in with my outer crease. But that's okay. I'm just using my finger to kind of blend out the color nicely. And what I'm going to do after that is I'm going to just touch it up with that black again. So using my finger, I'm going to be using the color Medallion, and I'm going to apply this right where the light and the dark color start transitioning together. I just feel like it hides that transition if you really don't like it, and I just feel like you can always add a little glitter just to make it pop. And this glitter is not overpowering, so it really shows the transition to both colors. So now I'm just going to be cleaning up the edges so I can have a nice sharp line, so when I do my wing it looks all nice and put together. So I got a sample of the Dr. Brandt Pores No More, and I'm going to be using it, and it smells so good. It smells like tea tree oil. And once I finish up my sample, I'm just going to buy it because it smells so good and it works so well. Look at my face. It looks so flawless. So since my skin is dry, I'm going to be applying a little bit of that rose water on my hand before I apply foundation. And I'm going to be using it on my brush as well. And then I just use a flat brush because I want a lot of coverage on this. And then I'm going to blend it out with a beauty blender afterwards. So going back with my concealer, I'm going to be creating a V shape, and I'm going to be highlighting also the bridge of my nose, on my forehead, and a little bit on my chin, and I'm just going to blend it out with the beauty blender. And I'm just going to set everything with my Laura Mercier Translucent powder. So using a black liner, I'm going to use MAC's Blacktrack, and I'm using a very firm pointed brush. And now I have been practicing, and the best way for me to do the wing is I just draw it all out from the top line, and then I connect it to the lower line. I'll do a more in-depth video if you guys want to see it. Just comment below and just let me know if you guys want to see how I do it. So before I apply lashes, I like to kind of roll my eyelashes, and I love to use the House of Lashes glue. This is the best glue I've ever used, and a little bit goes a long way with this glue, and I just use my favorite tweezers, and I always like to focus more towards the corner so they don't lift, and I just kind of plop it on my eye. And as you can see, there's glue everywhere. That's totally fine. You can always touch it up, and because you can see, I'm kind of showing you guys a little bit on camera, but if you guys want to see a more like up close step-by-step video, just let me know below. Now for me, my eyelashes have to blend in perfectly. As you can see in the side, I put my hand there so you can see that my eyelashes and fake lashes blend in so nicely and you can't tell. And I just did my brows off camera. I do it the same way. I'm just using this new eyebrow pencil, which I've been loving. And I use the same clear mascara to kind of set them. So now I'm going to be contouring using this medium contoured shade from my new palette that I received for my birthday. I've been loving from my coworker. Thanks, Jackie. And I love this color because it blends into my skin so nicely and it's not very harsh, which I really like. And I'm going to be using this as a bronzer as well. I'm not going to really focus so much on the contour. This is very like easy, quick contour. And I'm just using an angle brush and I just gently guys contour my nose as well. I'm not being super precise with this either. So using Becca's split pans, I'm going to be using the color Amaretto, and it also has a highlighter, and the highlighter is Prosecco Pop, and I'm going to be using that as well. Using a small brush, I'm going to be picking up the color Terracotta and Dark Brown, and I'm just going to darken up my lower lashes. I kind of want to create a little bit of smoky effect, and I'm just going to be picking up a little bit more of that dark color just because I wanted to create a little bit more of a darkness. And then you just apply a coat of mascara and you're pretty much good to go. And I'm going to set everything with my rose water just to make sure everything stays in place and add a little more moisture. And using a peachy nude, this is Sinful Cinnamon from Buxom Balm. I like to apply this because it kind of blends in with everything and it's not so overpowering and it just looks so nice. And here's my final look. I hope you guys love it. I love how everything came out so well and put together. I will be posting some new videos shortly. I'm currently in Hawaii right now on my honeymoon. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Really? People have to bug me right now. I'm trying to record.